Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is BJ Raymer with Glowing Jacks Carvings, and today we're going to do a tool review. I know you've seen me use this in the past. This is the Manpatools multi-cutter. This is in the 2-inch with the circle bits on it. Trying to get you the full profile of how it looks like and everything. I've seen a lot of people use these, and I thought they were pretty neat. I like what I saw that they did, meaning like how much material they could remove without going towards a chainsaw. I know I do a lot of chainsaw carving. That's what I do, chainsaw carving. But there's certain situations that I don't like using a chainsaw, especially like when you get into certain faces, certain details. You kind of look for other tools, especially I do. I look for other tools that I want to capture what I want to capture, and if I need to find another tool to capture what I'm trying to capture, I'm going to go get that tool or try to find a different way to do it. Okay, that's just me. But I've stumbled across the Manpatools, and I wanted to show you what it does, my thoughts about it, and just, the overall impression real quick. I mean, this is pretty simple. I'm inside my garage today. It's cold outside. So, yeah, that's why we're doing this inside here. But I'm going to get you close up and just kind of give you a little bit of what it does, how it does, and if it's for you. It's going to be a little loud. I apologize. Yeah, that's one application you kind of use it in, and I tend to use this application a lot, like in some of my furring details. I feel like it gives you a different look on your furring and things like that. What I mean by furring, putting the hairlines inside of an animal creature that you're doing. I do use it for that. I think it gives a distinguished look. It gives it more of a smoother look through the grain. It doesn't really have like a grain pattern where you're cutting in deep. But let me show you some more stuff here on the base. But that's one way I do like to use it. Instead of just using the same, the side of the chainsaw coming down, or the straight down cuts of a chainsaw, or the up and back down to make your pattern, kind of using this tool can definitely, I'm gonna get you kind of set up here so you can see the base and what I'm doing. So that way, let's just keep this all one video. There is no reason at all to shut this down and do all this craziness. We're just gonna stay right here. That way you can see what you need to see. Another way I like to use it is on the bases. I really feel like it's a good remover of wood on the bases. Like if you want to do like a different pattern. Now I'm going to do something completely different with this base. I'm just giving you this just to kind of show you what I'm speaking of here. Like, I mean, it just really removes a lot of material really quick. As you can tell, I mean, that can be used for like a lot of different applications. If you're removing bark, if you're wanting to make a smooth base, that can definitely be helpful. Now you can go, I mean, you can get about, I say maybe about ½ an inch, you can go down into depth wise, like on a straight cut. Say you need a straight cut on something. It'll straight cut too, and then you can turn it to the side and water it out. Now you added depth in there with the same tool on a straight cut, and it's a little bit more, I guess, aeronomical. Is that the word? Yeah, anyways, it's not gonna be so big and bulky and hefty. You can be a little bit more precise versus if you're having a little bit of trouble using a chainsaw. And that's kind of one of the reasons why I do really like this tool, and I like how much material it removes, due to the fact that sometimes I need to keep moving, but my arms are tired, And if I just need to remove material in a certain area, and you know, I'd rather have lifting this up over my head that only weighs, you know, a few pounds versus having a chainsaw up higher in the air and really wearing down my shoulders if it's been a long day. But I don't know, it's worked out really well. Now you can tell real quick, you added some detail to a base and, you know, gave it a little bit different look. You've been doing a bunch of bases with the chainsaw all day or something, and you're like, man, I need to really change this up. That would be, it gives it a good look, especially a good sanded look. Really flows it out a little bit better. And once you really master, I'm sorry, I'm resetting my camera here. Once you really master, you know, the technique of this tool, it gets a little bit better on, you know, how you're going to use it, the way you're going to use it, the different ideals of the way you can use it. It's really, there's only a few times that I'm limited with it, and that's when you need to really plunge in a lot deeper. I'm not going to take this guard off. I've had too many close calls with grinders and things like that, and I've hurt myself, so I'm not going to do it. I'm sure you could take that off and get maybe 1/4 of an inch more, maybe 1/8 of an inch, something like that, more depth, but there's just no need. Or you could go to the 3-inch cutter. So they do have it in the 3 and the 4. I do a lot of smaller things, so I opted to get the 2-inch. It's a little bit cheaper. I got it in the circle blade. I probably will go, and they have it in triangle and square, and I haven't messed with those yet, but I would like to see the triangle and see like the furring pattern that it does. So that's going to be my next adventure, probably when I do invest a little bit more inside this tool. Right now I'm not getting it just out of pure, I don't want to spend the money on it yet. So that's just my own preference. For you, should you get this tool? I don't think it's one that you need to start off with. I think it's well, actually you could either way. If you're scared of chainsaws, then this would be a good tool for you to start off with. You know, stay safe with it, keep your guards on, keep your handles on. Good grips, everything like that. It's kind of a less scary option if chainsaw really isn't your jam. But you know, if you're going just pure chainsaw, is this one thing that you need to just run out and buy after you got your chainsaw and all your other tools? No, I don't think it is. I think you can do a lot of these techniques with a chainsaw, or you can do it with a carving bar. You know that if you don't have a carving bar, you are going to be a little bit more limited on certain angles and things like that. But this is a helpful tool to me. You know, when I'm really tired and it's a long day, you know, I'll pull this out in a heartbeat and start furring with it, start redoing the bases with it. You know, it relieves my shoulders. It's not as much heavy to hold this as it is a chainsaw. You know, maybe I'm just tired of hearing a chainsaw, and you know, it's quieter. So it has a lot of advantages. As far as cons, the cons so far, really, you just need to make sure you have the right grinder for it. It does, if you get on, I know Home Depot sells them, I know Sawnut sells them, I know, and a few different places, and you need to get on Manpatools website and see which models of grinders it'll work with. It takes a certain arbor, the arbor size, and the only thing is that you need to make sure you blow out your grinder every once in a while, because a lot of the sawdust that you're making off of this, I mean, there's a lot of dust. It removes a lot of material. So a lot of the dust that's going to be going through, it's going to be getting sucked back up into your grinder. So meaning like in your ports and stuff. So make sure you blow out your ports. As you can tell, I already got chips and stuff already in there. But really, that's the only con I have so far. The bits are staying sharp. Haven't had any problems with those, like the ends, and you can get replacements for that. It's been holding up very well. I don't see myself having any problems with it. Everything still looks brand new. I've used it for many hours so far. Other people may have a different opinion, but right now it's a pretty decent tool. I think I bought mine around 285, 265, somewhere in there. And it comes with this whole attachment up here. Doesn't come with your grinder, but it comes with the guard and everything you need to get to this point to put it on here. It only took me about 15 minutes, no big deal. Pretty good tool. If you're getting into carving or something and later on down the road, you're thinking like, hey, I may need something a little bit different. I want to see a little bit different style, a little bit different. I just need something different every once in a while than seeing the same chainsaw marks, and that's where you can, hone your own skills. But, this has definitely been a handy tool for certain situations. I like to use it on bases. I like to use it when my arms are tired. I like to use it on furring when I want to see something a little bit different. Or I need to remove a lot of wood in a certain area, but I just don't want to pick up the chainsaw for whatever reason. I'm picking up this. So hopefully that helps you. If you've been sawing for a while, I don't see how this is going to be a bad tool for you. Do you need to pick it up right off the bat? No, I don't think you do. But later on, after you get into it for a little bit, I think it'd be, a good option for you. And then you can start experimenting with the heads, and that's what I'll be doing here later on. That's the end of my video. Hopefully this helps you. I want to say congratulations to all of you all, and to me as well. We hit over 1,000 subscribers within the last week. I want to thank everyone for subscribing and liking and watching my videos. It really helps, and I really appreciate it. I'm getting some shirts made, so here soon I will be getting, we'll be doing a giveaway or something like that, and whenever I get whatever shirts ready to go. So stay tuned for that, and I appreciate you watching, and hope y'all have a great day. Bye.